Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. To start, guys, is James Madison. The Dukes knocked off Wisconsin in a game, T.O., that didn't feel – it felt like the 12 seed was the better team. It felt like the 12 seed was the 5 seed. JMU won 72-61. What do you make of the Dukes? What do you make of this win?
If they're this good every game, they might be Final Four good. I think that's the scariest thing about this JMU team. The Dukes play Duke next round. They could beat Duke because of their ability to cause problems, create turnovers. 28 points today off turnovers against Wisconsin, who doesn't typically turn the ball over. If you're able to do that against Wisconsin, sure, they probably had their worst game of the year handling the rock. That all being said, you still have to do it. And for them to be able to create those opportunities for themselves, get out in transition and score on a night, quite frankly, guys, where the Dukes didn't really shoot the ball all that well either. They dominated this game.
Yeah, wire to wire.
Yep.
It never looked like Wisconsin had a chance. The body language was – it looked like they were defeated early. Chucky Hepburn kind of was head down. It definitely looked like they were underseeded. I think they should probably be a higher seed. Unfortunately, Wisconsin had to run into them in the first round. Next round with Duke, I think they can get them.
I think they can
get them because they play hard. They're physical. They can score the ball.
They're older.
So that's the formula, it seems like, for this tournament.
Yep.
You know, was this more of an 8-9 game, though, to me? Are we overrating James Madison because they beat a Wisconsin team that, frankly, hasn't been very good in 6 weeks? That's my only question. I don't know. I want to see it. James Madison, last I checked, they didn't win their own league regular season. They were swept by App State. So I'm not ready. They were great defensively against a Wisconsin team that, frankly, was great for the first month of the season and then was mediocre after that.
Yeah, well, here's the only thing that I'll say about that is I don't think that James Madison necessarily played great. Like, a lot of times when you see mid-major programs upset one of the big boys, it's because they go nuts from three. Or because you have a guy like Jake, why am I blanking on his last name? Jake from Oakland. Hit 10 threes last night, right?
Yeah.
You have a guy have an outlier performance. James Madison was 5 for 17 from three. They didn't have anyone score more than 14 points.
That was defense.
They forced 19
They were
turnovers.
awesome defensively.
They were the bigger, tougher, more physical, defensive-minded team. They big-boyed a Big Ten team tonight. That's what stood out to me more than anything else. And I hear you. You're right. But I will just say this. They are now one win away. They have to get one more Big Ten team. I don't know if they can do it, but if they beat one more Big Ten team, they have the same number of wins in the Big Ten this year as Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, again, all I'm
I just
saying
wanted to
is,
take a shot at Michigan. That's all that
that's
was.
not nice. I mean, they don't deserve a stray like that. Juwan was just fired. What are we giving them a stray for? Uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for.
You settle down. Finish your point, though. Go ahead.
You know, my point is just, again, let's see what they do against Duke, who hasn't been great this year, right? They've been kind of up and down. If they beat Duke, I'm ready to say, okay, they're for real, and then they're a Final Four contender. So I'm not there yet.
That's all it's going to take, guys. They're talking about the hockey game over here.
No, it's a hell of a win. They've had an unbelievable season. I'm just saying they beat a Wisconsin team that, honestly, if they didn't do what they did in the first month, they wouldn't have been in the tournament.
Can someone back me up here? James Madison is now 32-3. They have the most wins of any team in college basketball.
Yeah,
someone back me up. They won at the Breslin Center.
I like them.
They beat Michigan State.
I like them a lot. I think we're the prisoner of the moment. We are the prisoner of the moment sometimes. And I think right now, let's see.
Here's what I'll say about that. To me, that doesn't say anything about overrating James Madison. Maybe we should look at the fact that there's a team in James Madison's league that swept them, that won the league regular season title, that beat Auburn at home this year in App State. Maybe we need to give more credit to the little guys when they do the things that impress us like this.
It's the same team that just got beat by Wake Forest in the NIT.
Yeah.
That swept them.
NIT doesn't count.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just throwing that out there. But I'm not necessarily worried about that, but the fact that they were able to do what they did today defensively, that offense is going to catch up. They don't have bad shooters on that team. I think I was most impressed with their physicality, how strong they were. How they swarmed to the ball was really impressive against Wisconsin, who, as methodical as they are within their offense, they were able to speed them up. Now, they're going up against a Duke team that we've talked about that you guys, Rob, Jeff, have called soft. They better not be soft against JMU. They're going to get beat.
Yes.
So I think that's an intriguing matchup coming up. Those freshmen, McCain, some of those guys, they're going to have to play really well against JMU because those are grown men on that team.
And I think that's been a common theme for this whole tournament. These teams that are winning, upsetting, they just come out and they're bigger, faster, stronger. I don't know if it's you don't see it on film or you're not ready until you see it in person. That can kind of be overwhelming for teams. I mean, you look at this Grand Canyon game, you watch it. I mean, every time I look up, they're dunking it, laying it up. So sometimes when a team just jumps on you, it's nothing you can do. And that's, I think Wisconsin, they fell victim to that, and they never let up.
All right,
there is some credence to Wisconsin not being good the back half of the year, but it's also the same Wisconsin team that beat Purdue to get to the Big Ten championship game. So,
they just beat Purdue a week ago.
Yeah, they're a good team.
But
there's
now
something
you know what
to be
Jeff
said about when something gets on top of you, they're
not overwhelming.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to say. Wisconsin is not an overwhelming team. When you looked at James Madison and you look at Wisconsin, you honestly might say JMU looks like the high major team.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.